Shabbat Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is a Montazar from the Chicago camp, coming back at you again with another lesson entitled Mos Invade Camp. So last week we had an incredible camp. Every week is an incredible camp, but some things are more noteworthy that happens where you have to bring it out uh, in a lesson. All right, and this was one of them. So you had two momos walk up, and these momos, you could tell from the start that they own something. And we typically don't entertain Christians anymore, okay? Because you have these people who believe that they can just pick up the Bible and interpret it themselves, read it any kind of way they want. These two momos said that the Lord gives us free will, okay? Because they were asked a straightforward question. I actually asked them myself, do you believe that two men can sleep together? And they tried to say that in the law there was a misprint, and it was saying that the Lord don't want you sleeping with young boys. Meanwhile, there are such scholars, okay, in the scriptures, they can't answer any other simple questions. But it just so happens they understand enough about the Bible to understand there was a misprint. And the Lord didn't mean you can't sleep with men. He don't want you sleeping with young men. So, of course, they were cut. They were cut and wounded, bleeded all over the place. All right. But nevertheless, I still had to do a lesson on it. Okay. Like I said, um, these people don't have anything to do with the scriptures, and this is the problem that our people had to suffer. All right, to be in a second class position behind these people who took our law, statutes, and commandments, appropriated them onto themselves. All right, and then reinterpreted and tried to teach us, okay, our own book. All right. And this is, of course, after our heritage was taken away from us. All right. So there were things that we didn't know anymore. And you got these wicked people trying to tell us about our word. All right. So the Most High, he forgives free will to be abominable. That's the question. Isaiah 3 and 9, it says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe or destruction unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. All right, and we're going to see here in the lesson also, um, it is in Romans, the first chapter, it talked about men with men working things that are unseemly. It didn't say men and little boys. All right, and that men with men is just talking about the same sex. It's wrong for you to pop a boy. It's wrong for you to pop a man. All right. This is Genesis 13 and 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before Yahweh exceedingly. Genesis 18 and 20. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous. What sin are they talking about? All right, they're talking about these sins of uh, uh, same sex. Okay, this momoism. That's what they're talking about. All right, and that's why the city was destroyed. Genesis 19 and 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. All right. And so the point is being proved that what was being done in Sodom was sinful. These two, let me show their faces again. These two Edomites are trying to imply that the Lord gives you free will, all right, and you can just do whatever you want, as if these Sodomites in Sodom and Gomorrah were not sinning. All right. Well, the scriptures it said that these were iniquities. Okay. Let's see. This is James 1 and 13. It says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Okay? So they try to imply that with free will, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. All right? And that's quite the contrary. This is Sirach 15 and 20. It says, he have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. Okay? So Yahweh has not commanded anybody to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. All right? And in closing, this is Romans 1 and 26. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. Okay? Vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. Okay? Or receiving in themselves that punishment which was good. All right? So let's go into this vile affection. Okay, this is the Blue Letter Bible. We're at Romans 1 and 26. Let me read 26 and 27 in the King James, and then we'll read it over here in the NLT. Romans 1 and 26, it says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lusts one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat. So now we'll read the NLT. All right. Verse 26. That is why the Most High abandoned them to their shameful desires. Even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. And the men, instead of having normal sexual relations with women, burned with lust for each other. Men did shameful things with other men, and as a result of this sin, they suffered within themselves the penalty they deserved. Wow. All right. So that's the NLT for you. All right. Sometime they be right on. Let's go into the vile affections. Atemia.
Strong's G 819. Atemia.
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 Okay. G819. Dishonor. Ignominy. Ignominy. Disgrace. Dishonor, vile, shame, reproach. Infamy. Okay, comparative indignity, disgrace, dishonor, reproach, shame, vile. Okay, so that's what you have. Okay, nothing good is coming from that. Um, let's since I'm here, let me look up what is this ignominy. Ignominy. All right. I'm going to do that on the dictionary.com. So, I-N, well, no, I-G. I-G-N-O, mini. Ignominy. Disgrace, dishonor, public contempt. All right. Shameful or dishonorable quality or conduct or an instant of this. So that's what that is. Okay. Ignominy.
Ignominy.
Ignominy. All right. So it's about shame and yeah, it's about shame. All right. So let me get out of here. Get back to the lesson. All right. So I'll read that again. This is Romans 1 and 26. For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. All right. So these Momo scholars, okay, these Momo Bible scholars claim that there was error in the scripture, and the Lord didn't want men having sex with boys, and that's what they claim. But in this lesson, all we've seen was men. All right. All right. So this lesson has been Momo's Invade the Camp. All right. And you could find this on GMS Chicago Sons of Maccabees. All right. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one. Shalom.